Hi everyone, this is CeeCee and thanks for joining me for another art journaling video. Now let me start by apologizing for missing the first part of this process video. I couldn't record because I was missing a light. I had friends over and we needed the light to reflect on them. So I could not record, but I'll walk you through what I have done so far. So basically I was working on a page that had blue and green to the background, also some leftover modeling paste through a stencil that I was cleaning up. So essentially the background originally was me cleaning extra paint and stencils. So what I did is I went over all that goodness with these paints, and I'm going to list all the supplies in my blog post, and the link will be listed in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. Now after I had all my paint down, I pulled out those papers. These are Japanese papers, so essentially they're called washi because that's what washi means in Japanese. And I've been hoarding them, so I decided to bust them out, and I started cutting out little rectangles and just gluing them down on my page. And before I knew it, I had a vision of little cabanas on a European beach. I didn't know if this is realistic, but this is what it looked like to me. And for the roofs, or I guess the top of the little cabanas, I used tags that I had in my stash, and those tags had kind of like a colored border, and I just cut them in random fashion and just glued them on top of the rectangles. So that's what I did, and now I'm going to just proceed with doing the outlines of each of those little cabanas, and I'm using the d.d.o Marksol pencil for that. So this will create a shadow underneath and around those little houses. Alright, so now I'm doing the shadows around each of the houses, and as you can see I have a BB wipe in my left hand and using a damp finger to go over the lines. Now I'm going to switch to a water brush, and you're going to see a big difference. I find with a water brush I get less control, but I'm very persistent, and no matter how much I try to get that technique down pat, I still can't get the hang of it. I find there's too much water coming out of the water brush. I'm not even pressing on the barrel, but somehow, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. But like I said, I'm very persistent, so I'm going to switch back and forth, but you're going to see that the damp fingers will win in the end. I want to get more definition around the houses, so I'm going to add sketchy lines over the shadows I've already put down. And for this I'm using the Pitt Artist Pen with the fine tip, and for some reason I ended up finishing off with a permaball pen. I'm not sure exactly why. I must have put the pen down, gone and done something else, and came back and grabbed the other pen. Both equally work fine, as long as you let whatever medium you have under dry completely. I had collage polish over the washi, and so I needed to let that dry completely before I started doodling. Alright, so you're going to see a little bit of mistakes here. These three green marks were done on the original background. This is under the paint that I just added. And I wanted to sketch some palm trees, and as you can see, this is an epic fail. I have no idea what they look like, but because I was using a permaball pen, I was able to remove it with baby wipes. and reshape those trees. And you're going to see me reshape and modify, and in the end coming up with some trees. I don't know what they are. They're my trees, and that's fine with me. I'm just having fun. And you're going to see me also hiding the tree trunks behind that circle, and in the end you'll see that I also changed my mind about that. As a final touch, I'm adding the quote with a paint pen. This is the black Sharpie extra fine tip. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to give you a close-up of all that goodness because I really like how it turned out. I love the texture that I got from the leftover modeling paste. And in fact, one thing I forgot to mention, the paint that I added over top that background was added with an old bank card. And you can see here I have other stenciling in the background that I cleaned off, probably stencils that had paint, and also a stamped butterfly. That was a big surprise at the end for me, so I thought I should point that out. And by applying the paint with a card instead of a brush, you get that nice hard edges, and I just love it. I love how that washi reflects. It's got hints of metallic to it, and I just love it. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. You can also find me on all my social medias. They're listed below. As usual, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and I will see you later. Bye.